Good morning. How is everybody doing? Well, um, this video is entitled Sacrifice. Well, it's all about, what are you willing to sacrifice for a better life or for a better time in your life? You know, there's not only such thing as sacrifice when you get a reading or, doing an offerings. There's more about sacrificing in regards to things like persons, places, things, attitudes, beliefs, all those kind of things that you need to sacrifice or would be a sacrifice in order for you to gain something more. And so today's question is, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to give up? We're not talking about Lent, or those kind of holiday stuffings or traditions and stuff. I'm talking about what is it in your life that you can see that you're doing or acting like or believing or dealing with. What are you willing to sacrifice? Because in the sacrifice is that you're saying that this particular thing that I'm doing or this particular person that I'm have in my life or this particular habit that I have doesn't serve me. So am I willing to sacrifice that, as in let it go, in order to gain something new, which I may not be aware of what that could be, but am I willing to do so? So the reason why it's come up is because, there's a lot of different energies, there's a lot of different things that's going on right now. And we're not realizing or we're not seeing that some of the things that we're doing or some of the things that we have in our space are not conducive to where we're wanting to go. So are you ready to release? Are you ready to sacrifice? Some of the things are, in your heart that you don't need anymore. You know it in your your being that it's not good for you. It's not conducive for you, yet you hold on to it like a bad habit. So it's like, are you ready to sacrifice those things in order to gain something new that you may not have known that is going to come into your space? So even with divination, and you do the offering, part of that sacrifice is something that you have to do. You have to have that trust and faith and prayers to uphold and to support the sacrifice, the abode that you've done. So even without having to go that route, there is still things in your life that you need to address on that level. That sacrifice is important right now because it not only releases stuff, but it makes you present to understanding what serves you and what doesn't serve you. Many times we just go on in life of just accepting things, holding on to things, never letting things go, just getting by with things that we know don't serve us anymore. So you have to take an account of what's going on in your world, what's going on in your life, habits, persons, places, things, choices that we've made, decisions that we've made, people, you know what I mean? You have to really look in your life and realize, okay, what am I willing to sacrifice now in order to have the better life that I really want? Because a lot of the times, the energies that you carry or the energies that's been walking with you for so long, if they're not conducive to your growth, then they're stifling you, they're hindering you. And then when you wonder why things are going the way that they are, it's because you're holding on to so much stuff that you need to let go of. There is so much, whether it's guilt, whether it's anger of something, things that's taken place in the past, situations, circumstances that you don't really think are having an issue until you really address them. Because like I said, a lot of things come up to be evaluated so you can let them go. Now, when you do a conscious evaluation of your life and look at things for what they really are, do they serve a purpose? Are you willing to let them go consciously and sacrifice the need to have them as a part of the need to have it as a part of your life, as opposed to just going through life with the thought of, oh, it's there, you know what I mean? It's just hanging on like a bad habit. No, It's time that we started being more conscious of what's going on in our world, conscious of the people and the situations that we have in our space, so that we can gain more, so that we can elevate. Because this is that time. This is elevation. We're going into a new time, a new space, and with it comes new knowledge. What made me speak on this subject? Good morning. Like I said, sometimes Spirit just gives me a word and then expands on it. When it's talking about sacrifice, it's like, what am I willing to let go of in my life? What are people willing to let go of in their life? Because sacrifice is important. And even if you don't want to look at it as sacrifice, as long as you know in your being, because you know what? We can lie to ourselves all day about what serves us and what doesn't serve us. And we can give justification of why we do the things that we do. Yet, if we are totally honest with self, you'll know the things that need to be released. You know the things that you need to sacrifice. Whether it is drinking, whether it's smoking, whether it's drugs, alcohol, whatever the case may be, there's many things in our space, in our life that need sacrificing in order to remove those things, to leave space for other things, new knowledge, new wisdom, new things, new habits to be added into our life. But it takes you doing that evaluation of self in order for that to happen. When we don't do that, we find so much energy within us are stuck and stifling, and we're wondering why. That's why, because you're not understanding the things that you're holding on to, the things that you refuse to release, the things that you refuse to let go of, the people, persons, places, things that you refuse to let go of, the belief systems that you've carried for many years from your parents and their parents and family members, all these things that don't serve you. Are you willing to release them for your highest good? It ain't about anybody else, because nobody else can live your life for you. Everybody's got opinions about how you're supposed to live your life, but is it really what you're supposed to do? Or is it about you doing what's right for you? So again, sacrifice. What are you really willing to sacrifice in order to gain a better perspective of your life and to move forward with the clarity and the vision that you want and to fulfilling your destiny? It's not going to be a long one, like I said, but that's basically what it is. People need to really start thinking about their life and what needs to be sacrificed. It's not just about an bar. A bar is great sacrifice, but you are another part of it that needs to you're another part of it that is added to that space. If you just think, oh, you could just walk in, get something done and walk out and your life is meant to completely change, you're kind of delusional. There's a part of you that has to be a part of that whole process. You know what I mean? You get the knowledge that comes from the source. You have the prescription, so to speak, of what to do. But then at the other side of it is whether you are having faith in all of this and seeing a better light for yourself to ensure that the manifestation is for whatever it is that you want. The material and non-substance of the matrix will always suppress us. Well, the material and non-substances of the matrix will always suppress us. There's a lot of things here that can suppress us, but at the same time, there's so many things here that we can liberate us. And the thing that can liberate us the most is our minds. And when you get your mind in the right, with clarity, you remove all the things that don't serve it, you will be able to elevate yourself. There's no restrictions in life other than what you place on it. And this is persons, places, things. The restrictions that you put on your life is what maintains the restrictions for you. Now, if you can elevate your mind to be as free as possible, then you know what I mean. I feel that the sky is the limit. Whatever it is that you want to achieve, there's nothing stopping you. It's you that stops you with your thought process or belief systems or the way that you think it's supposed to be. But you have to be open and flowing. You have to be like water. Water flows continuously. No water in the river can you touch the same water twice. So that's how life has to be. Life has to flow that way. But in flowing, all the boulders, all the twigs and the logs that are in the way, these are the thought processes, persons, places, things, and attitudes and foods and all those things that need to be released. You know what I mean? All those things that need to be released. And if you don't release them or sacrifice that space, what can you add to yourself? That's the problem. We're not adding to ourselves what the universe, what source, what spirit, what our ancestors have for us. We're not removing the things that are making us stagnant to allow this newness to come in. And to me, that's what's needed. So again, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you looking to sacrifice in your life? Take a good evaluation of you, not in the eyes of anybody else, but you, of what you're doing with your life, what you've been doing with your life, what has served you, what can serve you continuously, and what doesn't serve you, and what needs to be released, what needs to be sacrificed, what thing that you know that you do, that you may enjoy it, but it doesn't serve you and it's not good for you. Are you willing to sacrifice that space just in order for you to gain something new? I'm going to leave it with that, because that's the reality of it. It's you got to figure it out for you in order for you to elevate. So if you're willing to do that, watch things change, watch things shift, watch things manifest, watch more gifts, watch more knowledge be bestowed upon you, watch so much more wisdom be applied to your life. Watch you see things that you didn't see before because you was willing to let go of things that was keeping you blinded. But anyway, that's all I got to say today. All right? But you take care. Have a wonderful day. Much love. Peace out.